Okay, very good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, my name is Subhash, Manda, and I'm teaching as assistant professor in this college, in Rajguru College, and for last 3 years in this college. And before that, I was teaching in Galgodia College, basically in MBA department. So right now, so this is what, and today I'm going to teaching you basically financial accounting. As you all know that, yes or no? Yes. So I will be teaching financial accounting. And I hope you have already taken your intro class with the jury ma'am, the financial accounting. So I will not discuss with you why we are going to study this subject in financial accounting in your BCom students, right? We all know that why we are going to study this subject. And now today we are going to start the new topic, that is what? The business income, and the second topic is revenue recognition. So this is what, and how many students have you opted commerce in your 12th class basically? Please raise your hands. Okay, great. So most of all of them are writing. All of students are from the commerce background. So we all know that these two concepts are a very basic concept for your financial accounting. But it's a part of your syllabus, and we try to discuss some new things here. Okay. So is there any doubt up to this point? What we are going to learn in this class? Okay, perfect. So say yes or no? Yes. Okay. So now let's talk about this business income. Next slide, sir. Business income here. So what do you mean by business income? As we all know that financial accounting, why we are going to study this topic in financial accounting? So I would say, so as a finance or account students, we need to know why we are going to study this topic in your business income, in your financial accounting. So there is one simple reason. Business income, basically, we all know that as the investors, so you can interpret as according to your choices. You can fit your as a suppose you are the investors, you need to know how much profit your company is going to earn. Simple सा logic है. अगर आप stock market में investment करना है, then you need to know how much profit that particular business is earning. Simple. And that information we are going to get it from the financial accounting. Yes. So that's why we are going to study this subject or this topic in your financial accounting. Suppose you are the government. So suppose you can play a role as a government of any economy for any country, then you need to know how much your businesses in your country, they are earning the profit. And you all know that information you are going to get it from the financial accounting. Yes or no? So basically financial accounting is, or financial income is basically your business income. Yes or no? Yes. We have seen that now. That's why we are going to make the balance sheet. That's why we are going to make the profit and loss account. Yes or no? Yes. Now the point is, as you know, suppose you are the consumer. So suppose you are going to buy something from any company, any product, then you need to know how much that company profit is earning, how they are going to provide us different kind of services to the consumer. Basically, we are going to judge all these kind of things. Now, suppose you are the you can say, suppose you are the employee of that company. Suppose after 3 or 4 years, you are going to do some kind of job, or as a top managing director, or maybe after a few years down the line, you are going to become a top management, or maybe you are going to become placed in somewhere. Suppose most of the students are, maybe you are doing some kind of CA or chartered accountant course or other professional course. So you need to know how much your business in whatever company you are going to place, and you are going to do your job. You need to know what your business is going to earn the profit. According to that, you are going to demand increase in your salary. Yes or not? Yes, sir. Is it okay? Yes, so suppose आपका business है, इस साल वो बिल्कुल ही earn नहीं कर रहा, and is it feasible कि आप उसमें से अपना demand करो कि this time I want increment? Is it possible? No, sir. No, definitely. Or suppose in last 2 to 3 years, in consecutively your profit is increasing each and every year. So in that condition, you can demand some kind of ESOP, like your employee stock action, you demand your salary, you can increase, demand your high salary. So that's what, this is what the business income is very important for all of us. It doesn't mean that if you are the account student, then you should know about what is the business income. Business income is very important. Even if you are the economist, तब भी आपके लिए बहुत जरूरी है. Even if you are going to become a economist for any country, and then again you know that if you are going to make some kind of policies, आपको टैक्सेशन पॉलिसीज लानी है, फिजिकल पॉलिसीज में कुछ चेंजेस करने हैं, देन यू नीड टू नो कि आप लोगों का प्रॉफिट है, जो इंडस्ट्रीज है, हाउ मच दे प्रॉफिट दे आर अर्निंग, एंड दैट इंफॉर्मेशन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट इट फ्रॉम द बिजनेस इनकम. Again, business income is what? It is your financial accounting income, you can say. Is it okay? Yes, so that's very simple. That's why we are going to discuss this topic in your financial accounting. Is it okay? Yes, now, next slide, sir. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you here. In this class, you can ask you any doubts. And so don't hesitate कि आप लोग interact नहीं करोगे, then what would others say people, and so don't worry about that. There is no simple doubt and there is no small doubt. You can ask anything in your class related to your topics. Okay, so and whatever you ask, and please interact with your class and with me and all. So please, so that, and I would not say कि आपका answer गलत है. So I am the only one in this class. I can be the wrong and you all are the right. So there is, you can ask and you can interact, you can put your own points and anything. Done? So now let's talk about this business income. Why do we need to study the business income in the financial accounting? We all know. So you can consider yourself as an economics, you can consider yourself as the finance accountant, you can consider yourself as a chartered accountant, CS or professionals. You can say, you can consider yourself the employee of the company, you can consider yourself as a consumer of the consumer products, you can consider yourself as a government, you can consider yourself employee of the company. So that's why we are going to study the business income. Now please the next slide, sir. Now the business income, again, it's kind of accounting association define the business income as the increase in assets due to what? Your business and excess of the revenue over the expenses. That's for the single point. Revenue हम सब लोगों को पता है. We all know that if we are selling something, suppose you are the manufacturing unit, suppose you are doing some job or you are managing your business, some kind of producing XYZ product, and then at the end of the month or at the end of the day, you are selling something. You are selling now. We all are here for the business. We are not here for the charity something, right? So definitely we are selling something, and at the end of the day, we said this amount of revenue we have earned. So that's what, and less क्या करेंगे हम वहाँ पर? अपने expenses. So that's what we call it your business income. Simple. Now next slide, please, sir. Okay, so why it is important for all of us? Why it is important? The simple logic is कि हमारे लिए accounting or business income, and business income you can also call it your accounting income basically. That's what. And here I would say why it is important for all of us as an account student. So first thing, important objective of most business enterprise to earn the profit. Suppose you have, after 3 years or 4 years down the line, you are going to start your own startup. Okay, done. Now and now you want to estimate what amount of profit you have earned in this within that financial year. So how would you know? After calculating the business income. Simple. Ultimately, we are doing this kind of stuff. We all are doing this kind of hustle for the business income, and that's what your business profit, whatever you say. Done? Now, the second thing is here, income tax. First important thing. Now, so we all know that for the financial accounting or for the business income, there is a tax in the economy that we call it
GST.
Corporate tax. Yes or no?
Yes.
And your income tax basically that depend on the individuals. हमारे पास होता है individual taxes होता है. And ये जो हम बात कर रहे थे यहाँ पर income tax basically on the that's what. यहाँ पर क्या होता है? At the end of the financial year, each and every company, you all know that there is a financial statements.
Yes.
And that financial statements में हम क्या करते हैं? We are going to put some kind of taxation on that. 30%, 20%, 25%, that depends. And that information that is important for the government. As I already told you, suppose you can consider yourself, you are the government. So that time, we have to think about it, कि how much tax we are going to impose on that business. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा टैक्स स्किप का पॉइंट, वहां पे सुना होगा स्कैम होते हैं जहां पर गवर्नमेंट ही पेनल्टी इंपोज करती है. व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट? वहां पर ऑडिटर्स रिपोर्ट होती हैं. ये सारी चीजें कहां से पता लगती हैं? फ्रॉम द financial statements or business income. If you have earned 1,000 crore profit, then we are going to put tax on 30%. So 30% is what? आप वहाँ पर 3,000 crore, 30,000 crore rupees जो भी आपका tax बनता है, you have to pay the government. Is it okay? Yes. Is there any doubt up to this point? Please ask. Last benches, please. Is there any doubt? Okay. Now,
so auditing of a business, which kind of activities we are included, like income?
Yes.
Auditing के time पे.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things we have to include in auditing. Basically, it depends कि आपका management audit है, overall business operation audit है. So it depends which kind of audit. But यहाँ पर we are just talking about the financial statement. Suppose you are the CA of your company, and then you are going to make the financial statement on behalf of your company. At the end of the financial year, there is some kind of auditors. They will check कि आपने जो भी entries किए, whether it is correct or not, whether there is sufficient evidence or not. Did you get my point? Yes. So it depends. Now the second thing is that management takes various decisions. Now in future, when you are going to become a top management of your company, in future after 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line, you need to know. Suppose यहाँ पर if you become a top management of your company, that time you need to take the decision. आप सब लोगों को पता है dividend decision? Dividend क्या होता है? Yes. So ये हम कब decide करते हैं? At the end of the financial year, interim dividend भी होता है. Let's forget about that thing. But right now we are talking about the dividend only. So here, suppose as you are manufacturing it, you are the company, and you are the CEO of your company. Now you have to take the decision whether you should distribute the dividend among the shareholder or not. It depends on your business income. अब आपकी business income zero है, whether you can issue any dividend to your shareholders? No. Simple. That's why business income is important even for the CEOs, even for the top management also. That's why we are talking about here. Now, so suppose right now in this particular year you have not earned any profit. Suppose कुछ मान लो आप 19 में थे तो उस टाइम due to some COVID आपने अपने business continue नहीं कर पाए और because of that reason you are not able to produce anything. So business income is zero. So आप यहाँ पर business income पता है आपको at the end of the financial year right now I'm not in a position to distribute dividend among the shareholders. So simple सा logic है यहाँ पर अगर suppose right now everything is good and economy is reviving and everything is positive for the business scenario. So in that condition suppose you are earning huge amount of the profit. I'm talking about the business income. अगर आपकी positive है, in that point of time you have to take the decision कि how much profit you have to distribute among the shareholders. That's what your dividend income. और जो remaining आपको decision लेना होता है कि आपको कुछ reinvestment भी करनी है अपने business के अंदर. That we call it retained earning. Did you get my point? Yes. Last batches please. बहुत simple सा point out. So this kind of dilemma you have to face as a top management, and you have to take the decision. Okay. Now the second thing is here, income is used basis for the evaluating the performance of the enterprise. Now let me know. Suppose I already told you that. Suppose you are the investor. Okay. Suppose आप investor हो, stock market में आपको investment करनी है. अब होता क्या है? Suppose you have invested in some kind of XYZ company. और in Tata or Reliance or Birla or any company, whatever, किसी company में investment करते हो. Now at the end of the financial year, you always curious कि हमारी इस company ने profit कितना earn किया है. ये कहाँ से पता लगेगा? From your business income. अगर business income अच्छी है, तो then हम क्या करेंगे? वहाँ पर investment करेंगे. वो हमारे लिए criteria है कि ये company अच्छा कर रही है market के अंदर. अगर कोई कंपनी लास्ट 3 और 4 ईयर से आपका कुछ प्रॉफिट अर्न नहीं कर रही है, इन दैट कंडीशन वी कैन इंटरप्रेट. कैसे इंटरप्रेट करते हैं उसको कि यार ये कंपनी अच्छी नहीं है, मुझे ये कंपनी का सेल लेना स्टॉक लेना ही नहीं चाहिए, या फिर अगर इन केस इफ यू हैव देन यू कैन सेल इन द मार्केट. सिंपल सा लॉजिक है. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन यू कैन गेट इट फ्रॉम द बिजनेस इनकम. सो ये मैनेजमेंट के लिए आपको परफॉर्मेंस इवैल्यूएशन के लिए क्राइटेरिया आप लोगों के पास. Even though मान लो आप किसी कोई भी इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं है, मुझे सीए बनना है, नहीं बनना. Maybe you are going to do some kind of MBA, you are going to do some kind of some independent business or whatever. Suppose, or maybe you want to do some kind of regular job, or in that time you have to plan something for your future retirement, whatever you can say. So आप लोग investment करोगे. So अगर इन्वेस्टर्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी आपके लिए बिजनेस इनकम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और अकाउंट्स की बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन यू नीड टू नो कि व्हाट इज द बिजनेस इनकम, हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट इट. Are you agree with or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the point. Now the thing is here, managerial efficiency and overall efficiency of the company. We all know, आप सब लोगों को पता है कि अगर कंपनी बिजनेस प्रॉफिट बहुत अच्छा अर्न कर रही है, then we say कि हाँ इस कंपनी का टॉप मैनेजमेंट बहुत अच्छा है. So we are going to judge in a positive manner, and that's the good company. अगर कोई कंपनी last 3-4 years, again I would repeat the same thing here, कि अगर कंपनी अच्छा नहीं कर रही है, in that case हम वहां पर क्या करेंगे? नेगेटिव है, और वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू इन्वेस्ट मनी इन दैट कंपनी. सो वहां पर क्या है, एक क्वेश्चन मार्क रेज करता है मैनेजरियल एफिशिएंसी का. यस और नो? बिकॉज टॉप मैनेजमेंट के डिसीजन जो होते हैं वो ओवरऑल इंपैक्ट करते हैं कंपनी के प्रॉफिट को. देयर इज वन रॉन्ग डिसीजन दैट इज गोइंग टू इंपैक्ट द एंटायर कंपनी. And you see the daily fluctuation in the stock market.
Yes, sir.
पता है ना?
Yes,
So एक कोई डिसीजन पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव होता है, उसके बेसिस पर सेल प्राइस और शेयर्स की होती है वो फ्लक्चुएट होती रहती है. So that information we are going to get it from here. Now there is CSR, helps in CSR activities. Have you seen why we say that Tata is more trusted brand and all? They do more CSR activities. What is CSR? Corporate social responsibility. Thank you. Yes, so corporate social responsibility. Now, you know that corporate social responsibility, why it is important for all of us? Yes, any idea? Hurry up. Corporate social responsibility. Certain amount of percentage of your profit, you have to spend money on what? Poor education, health वगैरह पे, या फिर social infra के लिए, या फिर good cause अगर हम बात करते हैं, charity basically. So for that, if you are earning good amount of the profit, then you will spend some amount of money on CSR activity. So that's why, as a citizen of this country, we should know. और as a अगर आप कहीं रह रहे हो कुछ इलाके जहाँ पर ऐसी कुछ जगह है, then वहाँ पर हमारे लिए important है जो हमारे आसपास के इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, हमारे आसपास के जो बिजनेस हैं, वो हमारी हेल्प करें. Yes or no? We are expecting ना कि so this is what it helps in your CSR activities also. Now the second thing is satisfaction of employees' needs. Yes, as I already told you in that beginning of your class. Yes, what I told you that कि as an employee of your company you should know कि how much profit your company is earning.
Yes.
क्योंकि हमें उसी के अकॉर्डिंग हमें प्लान बनाना है कि हमारा इंक्रीमेंट के लिए हमें डिमांड करनी है कि अगर कंपनी अच्छा कर रही है then we can expect some kind of bonus from the company. हमें कुछ बोनस शेयर्स वगैरह मिल जाते हैं, हमारा इंक्रीमेंट होता है, and that's what. एंड अगर आपकी कंपनी कुछ प्रॉफिट अर्न नहीं कर रही है देन वी कांट से. उस टाइम हम हेजिटेट करते हैं ना कि व्हाई वैसे कि यार इंक्रीमेंट करो, कंपनी प्रॉफिट अर्न ही नहीं कर रही. सो सिंपल सा नाउ हियर द फॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आप लोगों को पता है गवर्नमेंट क्या पॉलिसीज बना है? फिजिकल पॉलिसी. फिजिकल पॉलिसी बेसिकली रिलेटेड टू व्हाट? टैक्सेशन, कॉर्पोरेट टैक्सेशन, राइट. सो इंसेंटिव्स देना है किसी पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री को, इंसेंटिव्स देना है. इन दैट केस so what in that condition हम क्या करते हैं वहां पर? as a government we try to provide some kind of incentives those who are suffering right now here. कुछ इंडस्ट्री ड्यू टू कोविड की वजह से हम कुछ क्या कर सकते हैं? रिबेट्स दे सकते हैं in terms of loans. How would I know these things? From the business income. Otherwise as a government मुझे कैसे पता लगेगा, right? So that's the relevance of your business income as a finance or account students. Did you get that point, please?
Yes, sir.
बहुत सिंपल था.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Can I for the next slide?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how we are going to measure this business income? So again, there are number of points we have already studied in your 12th class commerce में थोड़े बहुत आपको point दिख रहे होंगे यहाँ पर. You can see here. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Last guys, is it visible on your? आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर? Okay, see this determination of accounting period. Now, why accounting period is important for all of us? Why? Any idea why? Accounting period.
Comparison.
Okay, first thing it is comparison. Now second thing. Yes, anyone else want to say something? Okay, accounting. period. So we all know that there is a one principle in your 12th class. वहाँ पर एक था rule की continuity, going on concern.
Consistency principle.
Okay, consistency, going on concern concept जो था वहाँ पर. So that was what we business lifetime क्या होता है? We can't predict. It is indefinite period of time. And that indefinite period of time, we are going to bifurcate into for some short period of time for 12 months. And that is your financial year. And that's why, as you said, ki comparison. We need to compare how much profit we earned with the last year. We call it like growth. This year we have growth earned 12%, which increase हुआ हमारा business income. Next year we are expecting 12% or 13% growth in the business income. How would I know?
Yes, sir.
From this. So that's why accounting period is important. If I'm saying here in right now financial year is 22-23. Okay, so अब मैं यहाँ पर 1st April से लेके 31st March 23 तक जो भी मेरी accounting business transactions है, I'm gonna recording this particular financial year. From 1st April 2023 onwards, I'm going to consider for the next financial year. Yes, so that is matching period. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what the determination of the accounting period. ये बहुत important. Otherwise, we are not able to compare the numerical. We are not able to compare the data, and that data is what your business income. Did you get that?
Yes.
So simple sa point of financial accounting. That means we are dealing with the numericals. We are dealing with the maths. We are dealing with some kind of data. Okay, so that is mathematical. Now this is what the second concept is here: recognition of the revenue. Again, so as a this concept we are going to discuss in detail after just 5 to 10 minutes. So here I'm just telling you what is recognition of revenue. That means whatever you are earning in within financial year, you have to consider that accounting period only. That's the simple point.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what the recognition of revenue. जिस year में आप कुछ suppose right now you are selling something, that means you can consider it in within that financial year. इस current financial में doesn't mean कि आप उसको postpone कर दो. Unless and until वहाँ पर कुछ clarification या फिर कुछ reason ना, I will tell you later. Okay, it depends. Now here the point is, the third is recognition of expenses. That's very important. Without this you can't calculate your business income. What is your net income? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You have seen lot of podcasts जहाँ पर जो भी startups हैं या फिर entrepreneurs हैं, they always talk about the EBITDA. Word सुना आप लोगों ने? Earning before interest and taxation something.
Yes, sir.
So that's what your net income. जो आपके expenses वगैरह को कम करके and all that, what's your net income or business income? We can call it. Okay, there are now this is what the recognition of expenses here. What kind of expenses we are going to consider here? What kind of expenses? Yes? Revenue expenses or capital and whatever. Yes, please listen carefully what I'm saying here right now. These are the expenses we are going to incur for generating revenue for the business. Simple. If you are acquiring some kind of raw material, and that raw material is important for making some kind of finished product. Simple. If that raw material is not available, then I'm not able to continue my business. So that's why this expense I'm going to consider here. And this is what the direct. Yes, correct. This is the direct expenses. Now again, if you are employing in your my company, suppose you are employing my company. Now I am paying you some kind of salary. You are working for me. Now at the end of the month, I am selling something, and then this is what your indirect association. Because without you, I am not able to run my business. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that is the indirect expenses here. I mean your temporary employee salaries or permanent employee salaries, whatever you call it. It is what electricity bills and all other administration expenses. That's what these are the indirect expenses. We have to consider it. Now the third thing is major explanation costs, even though not associated with the production of revenue, and losses from the flood or fire, कुछ unexpected losses. Okay, abnormal losses. We have to adjust it within that financial year only. Okay, so these are the expenses we are going to consider while calculating the business income. Is there any doubt up to this point?
No, sir.
What's simple now? Now, the next slide here. Wait. Matching principle. As I already told you in your accounting period, we have to match your revenue time period with your expenses. So, mismatching is that is the basic principle of your accounting, and you have already studied in your first class and all. So, this is what your business income now. Next slide, sir. Okay, again, same point here, business income and continuity doctrine, that's for the going concern concept. Okay, and we are going to bifurcate the time period of the company into different time, so 12 months or 6 months and all. So that's how we are going to classify the business income. Again, next slide, sir. Now, business income and the matching concept, I already discussed with you. Now, next topic, sir. Okay, now. So now let's talk about this revenue recognition. Yes, any idea what is this? Revenue recognition? Yes, please. Yeah, definitely. Yes. What kind of revenue recognition? Please consider. Suppose you are the business houses and all. Suppose you are running some kind of company. Then what kind of revenue you are going to consider here? Yes, please. Hurry up. Yes. My question is, suppose you are running some kind of business, and then what kind of revenue you are going to consider here? Yes. First, you are going to consider your core income if you are producing something. If you are producing something, then you have to consider this income. Okay. Again, if you are providing some kind of services, if you are the part of some service industry, telecommunication and all other intermediate services, if you are providing, and then healthcare and all. So basically, you are not selling some kind of finished products. So here in that industry, you ultimately so these kind of services you are providing, rendering of these services. So ultimately, this is your core income we are going to consider here. So this is what revenue recognition basically accounting concept है. यहाँ पर कि कौन सी इनकम को हमें हमारी बिजनेस इनकम के अंदर कंसिडर करना है.
सर अगर हमारी जो कंपनी है वो किसी और कंपनी के शेयर्स परचेज करती है,
yes,
तो उसका रेवेन्यू हम लोग
that income we also consider in the revenue recognition. That is dividend, maybe interest if you have invested in some bond. Did you get that point? Yes, what she asked? कि अगर मान लो आप कोई बिजनेस रन कर रहे हो और आप प्रॉफिट अर्न कर रहे हो sufficiently, but at the same time you are investing your money in some other company, maybe through shares, maybe through some kind of bonds. So in that income is also your revenue or that is side income आप कह सकते हो. जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि हमारी बिजनेस हमारी आप लोग कोई जॉब कर रहे हो 9 to 5 or you are earning some kind of 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees per month, and at the same time you have some financial plan. आप कहीं इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो, कहीं म्यूचुअल फंड्स वगैरह में इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो या मे बी शेयर्स में, then you are getting some kind of regular dividend income. वो हम क्या बोलते हैं normally? Side income. So that is also part of the revenue. Okay. Now let's talk about this topic. Okay. Next slide, please, sir. Revenue recognition. Revenue basically, if you are selling something, what the basic thing is. Revenue, if you are selling something, then multiply with the price of the product. That's what your revenue. Okay. Now, so but in accounts there are some rules. Which kind of revenue we are going to consider? Okay. Suppose, for example, you are selling something on credit. Okay. Listen very carefully what I am saying to you. अगर आप कुछ क्रेडिट पे सेल कर रहे हो प्रोडक्ट को और मान लो आफ्टर 2 months यू आर एस्टिमेटिंग कि ही और शी विल पे, ठीक है. अगर आप अपने किसी फ्रेंड को सेल कर रहे हो तो आप एस्टिमेट 100% श्योर हो कि मैं रिकवर कर लूंगा. सो आप अपनी बुक में एंट्री कर देते हो, यस दिस इज माय टुडेज इनकम. बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर कोई ऐसा फ्रेंड है जो आपको पता है कि कभी देगा ही मुझे इनको वापस, ठीक है. नाउ इफ यू आर सेलिंग ऑन क्रेडिट, and that time, and you are not 100% sure कि कभी मिलेगा मुझे पैसा. In that case, you are not going to consider it is my business income or this is my revenue. So it depends on the certainty, and there are some rules and regulations we have to see.
But sir, in this case, here also make a provision now.
Yeah, there are provisions. We call it maybe bad debt and all. So it depends कि कब आपको income generate होगी. It depends on the time duration. Maybe your friends can take 3 months instead of 2. Maybe your friends can take around 6 months or 7 months or 8 months. It depends. Did you get my point? Now, so here you can see the very basic information, as you will see this definition in all books. So very simple. यहाँ पर क्या लिखा मैंने? It deals with only these revenue which arise in the ordinary course of business. Suppose you are running some kind of manufacturing some kind of product, XYZ product, okay? But at the same time, you are investing. I know you are not that person, but still you are investing in some kind of illegal activities. Okay, and from that activities you are generating lot of profit. That is not your revenue. Okay, suppose मैं यहाँ पर job कर रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ पर अपना money जो भी earn कर रहा हूँ, that is my income. But after that मैं कुछ वहाँ पर illegal सट्टा वट्टा कुछ खेलता हूँ और मैं वहाँ से कुछ earn करता हूँ, that is my not a ordinary income. Okay, so that's why ordinary income, that means it's related to your business. Is there any doubt up to this point? Okay, here the sale of goods, the rendering of services, if you are the service provider, and the sale of goods, that means you are some kind of manufacturer. Okay, now the use of other enterprising resources, as you told me that कि अगर business income को कहीं और इन जगह investment कर रहे हैं, so that is what this income we are using here for making some kind of more revenue from that. So maybe you are investing in the share market, maybe you are investing in some kind of government bonds, maybe you are investing in some kind of आप मान लो FDs करवाते हो, so again this is your other income and that is the part of your revenue. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now the next slide, sir. Okay, so sale of goods. अब यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा देख लेते हैं rules and regulation. Now let's talk about this here. Okay, according to accounting है क्या? Sale of goods. Simple सा logic है. If you are selling something and then you are expecting some kind of, अगर cash में sell कर रहे हो तो that day we are going to enter. This is my income and this is my revenue here. Did you get my point?
Yes.
So that is what the seller has transferred the ownership to the goods to the buyer for a price. So that's what. And suppose, have you seen some kind of thing like courier में अंदर जो Amazon से आप order करते हो, मान लो वो आपका selling पता है कब complete होता है? जब आपको, suppose you are the store and you have order on Amazon and I will listed my shop on the Amazon and you are buying from me. Okay, but there is an intermediate company, that is the Amazon. Now you are placing the order. अब मैं अपने स्टॉक से अपने गोडाउन से आपको क्या करता हूँ, आपको डिलीवरी के लिए रेडी कर देता हूँ, अपना प्रोडक्ट भेज देता हूँ. फॉर मी अभी भी सेलिंग कंप्लीट नहीं हुई है. यू कैन सी. ओके, राइट नाउ जब मेरा सेलिंग ऑर्डर कब कंप्लीट होगा, जब वो कुरियर वाला जो है वहां पर सर्विस प्रोवाइडर है वो आपको घर तक वहां पर ड्रॉप नहीं कर देता, तब जाके आई विल कैन कंसीडर इट दिस इज माय द रेवेन्यू. Okay, so that depend on the ownership. And here, suppose you are selling some kind of goods in cash. अगर आप कैश में डील कर रहे हो, कैश में आप सेल कर रहे हो, immediately you are transferring the ownership. So in that time you can enter into your book accounts. Yes, this is my income or this is my revenue on this award, as you said, right? Now here, the all sufficient risk and rewards ownership have been transferred to the buyer. Again, there are some kind of things you have seen on the online कि अगर कुछ टूट जाता है या कुछ ऐसी कुछ वहाँ पर कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है तो we are not responsible. Okay, that again it depend on your risk. So वहाँ पर ownership नहीं है तो उससे पहले ही वो आपको ownership transfer कर दे. Now you are the responsible और जो seller होगा वो income वहाँ पर अपनी revenue consider कर लेगा. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now the second thing is seller does not retain any effective control of ownership of the goods transfer. Maybe You can say like courier services wale case mein, as I told you that. Now there is no significant uncertainty as to collect of a price, as I told you that. If you are selling something and you are not expecting anything in return, or maybe आप कह सकते हो कि like you can say you are not expecting कि in future you are going to collect this amount of money from the customer. So that is what? There is no significant uncertainty. अगर वहां पर certainty होगी, that's great. अगर uncertainty है वहां पर, so that is not the revenue for you.
Sir, in case of Amazon,
Yeah.
जब हम सामान खरीदते हैं वो हमारे घर तक उससे डिलीवर हो जाता है, बट आफ्टर 2 days उसमें अगर कुछ डिफेक्टिव होता है तो उसको रिप्लेसमेंट करते हैं. वो लोग अपने
that is the part of terms and condition of warranty का टाइम हो सकता है, गारंटी का टाइम ड्यूरेशन. that is again this is the case of the revenue recognition. okay, वो है सेलर की कंडीशंस है, they have to meet. अदरवाइज आप उसको कंज्यूमर कोर्ट के अंदर चैलेंज कर सकते हो ना. so this is the responsibility of the seller. okay, that is again the specified case of the revenue recognition, जहां पर वारंटी और टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ये डिपेंड करता है वहां पर, ये कंसाइनमेंट वाला पार्ट आ जाता है आपका. ओके, थैंक यू. एनी अदर डाउट प्लीज? इज एनी डाउट? ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. ओके, रेंडरिंग ऑफ सर्विसेज. अगेन देखो, if you are the service provider, right now you all are sitting here, if your parents is calling, then you are getting the different service provider की आप सिम यूज कर रहे हो वहां पर, Airtel, Vodafone और Jio. So they are the service provider. Okay, so at the end of the month वो may be prepaid होगा या postpaid होगा, so वहां पर according to that they are going to charge some money from you. Is it okay?
Yes.
Now, so this is what maybe for Jio at the end of the month अगर आप prepaid करवा रहे हो तो यहाँ पर Jio और कंपनी या Vodafone या फिर Airtel, they are going to enter their income at the end of the month. So इसी particular financial year के लिए यहाँ पर तो कोई problem नहीं है, because hand to hand आप service provide कर रहे हो, there is no problem with it. Now, suppose now let's talk about suppose you are going to take some kind of membership of subscription of Netflix, Amazon, Prime or whatever, Sony जो भी है, आप सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हो 3 इयर्स की. कुछ क्रेडिट कार्ड था आपके पास, उस पर आपको बहुत अच्छा ऑफर मिल रहा था और आपने 3 इयर्स के लिए क्या करा, मेंबरशिप ले ली. ठीक है, अल्टीमेटली दे आर सर्विस प्रोवाइडर, दे आर नॉट सेलिंग सम काइंड ऑफ, आपको फूड्स नहीं बेच रहे, वो आपको कुछ फिजिकल प्रोडक्ट नहीं बेच रहे हो, आपको सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. देयर इज ए डिजिटल, वहां पर पासवर्ड होगा और वो आपकी मेल आईडी होगी, थ्रू दैट यू कैन लॉग इन and then you can watch the content. That is the simple business model. अब होता क्या है, 3 इयर्स की ले रहे, लेकिन Amazon और मान लो Netflix वगैरह वो अपने अकाउंट्स में जो बुक एंट्री करेंगे वो क्या करेंगे, 2 इयर्स के लिए बिजनेस इनकम कंसीडर नहीं करेंगे, वो आपकी वो डेफर्ड है, वो आगे के लिए रेवेन्यू है. जो अभी लेकिन फाइनेंशियल ईयर होगा वो उसी को कंसीडर करेंगे. दैट इज व्हाट proportionate of the services. Maybe suppose you are the contractor और आपने क्या करा, NHAI नेशनल हाईवे अथॉरिटी ने आपको क्या करा, इंडिया ने आपको, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से आपको क्या मिलता है, एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिलता है कि दिस रोड यू हैव टू बिल्ड. ओके, सो आपको क्या करता है, 100% मान लो 1000 किलोमीटर है, सो आपने उसको डिवाइड करा है कि 500 इनटू प्रोपोर्शन. जब जैसे 500 किलोमीटर प्रोपोर्शन कंप्लीट होगा, आप क्या करोगे, अपना रेवेन्यू चार्ज कर सकते हो. So it depend कि which kind of services you are providing. Suppose आप tuition fee करते हो, क्या करते हो, 3 years के लिए graduation में आप मान लो, suppose you are going to take some kind of coaching for your MBA, CAT और जो भी आप professional coaching वगैरह आप consider करते हो. Now for 2 years का course है और आप उसके अंदर क्या करते हो, 1 लाख रुपीस आप पे कर देते हो. Now अब 2 years के लिए आपको revenue recognition कैसे होगा, 50,000. Did you get my point?
Yes.
So it depends कि आप, this is what we call it the proportionate completion method. क्योंकि ये कोचिंग जो फीस है for next 2 years के लिए 1 लाख रुपीस है. So first year we are giving just 50,000. वो अपनी जो कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट है वो अपनी अकाउंटिंग में वहां पर इंफॉर्मेशन में वहां पर क्या लिखेगा, just 50,000 rupees for the first year, because remaining 50,000 for next year they have to provide the coaching to you. Is it okay? So this is what the proportionate concept, proportionate completion method. Again, there is by completed service contract method. जैसे आपको मैंने बताया hand to hand. आप suppose you are going to watch some kind of cinema, आप cinema hall में जाते हो, within next 3 hours आपका complete हो जाता है time duration और आप से वहाँ पे charge कर लेते हैं. That is what the completion. Is it okay? So that is what the service rendering and that service. Now such performance should be regarded being achieved when no significant uncertainty exists. Again, same kind of concept is here also. So if there is certainty, we are going to enter into this entry in your revenue recognition. Simple logic है by way sale of goods वाला. Now the third point, sir.
In case of installment, how we are calculating?
Yes, that's important. Okay. There is very important doubt है किसी का बहुत अच्छा installment वाला part. Yes, if you are selling something and that is on installment, जो आपका interest part होता है ना वो होगा proportionate. मान लो 10 years के लिए EMI है आपकी. So interest for मान लो for EMI is calculating basically there are two parts EMI के. एक होता है principal amount होता है, second is your interest proportion component. Now there are two parts of EMI. Now जो आपका प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट होगा ना वो आप जिस दिन सेल करते हो उसी दिन एंट्री कर दोगे रेवेन्यू. बट इंटरेस्ट को आप फॉर नेक्स्ट 10 years यू आर गोइंग टू एंटर इनटू योर फाइनेंशियल अकाउंट स्टेटमेंट. जो रेवेन्यू होगा फॉर फर्स्ट ईयर इफ यू आर गेटिंग 20,000, फॉर सेकंड ईयर यू आर गेटिंग 30,000 इंटरेस्ट, फॉर थर्ड ईयर 20,000. सो आप उसी अकॉर्डिंग अपनी एंट्री करोगे. दैट इज द रूल फॉर द इंस्टॉलमेंट अकाउंट. जो इंस्टॉलमेंट वाले ट्रांजैक्शंस है आप उस तरीके से करो. बट हाँ, प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट को आप उसी जिस ईयर में सेल कर रहे हो उसी ईयर के अंदर आप रिकॉर्ड कर दोगे एज ए रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्निशन. डिड यू गेट माय पॉइंट?
Under which kind of profit?
Profit depend, that is your interest. Okay, so profit को जरूरी है वहां पर. Excuse me, listen what I'm saying here. Suppose in installment case, if you are selling something, suppose you are the automobile, आप कोई है आपके पास एजेंसी है and you have showroom, you are selling something, okay, you are selling some car, then होता क्या इंस्टॉलमेंट है. अब वहां पर कुछ डाउन पेमेंट होती है एंड देन रिमेनिंग क्या होता है, लोन वगैरह जो भी होता है वो कस्टमर पे करता है. सो यहाँ पर अब होगा क्या कि जो सेलर है, जो कंपनी है, वो अपने अकाउंट्स में एंट्री कैसे शो करेगी, दैट्स द क्वेश्चन. ओके, सो अब इंस्टॉलमेंट वाले केस में क्या होता है, सपोज 10 लाख की कार है और 5 लाख का आपका इंटरेस्ट बन जाता है, तो कंपाउंड कितना हो गया, टोटल 15 लाख रुपीस समथिंग. नाउ अब वो 15 लाख रुपीस आप क्या करते हो, प्रोपोर्शनेट में चार्ज करते हो 1 ईयर 2 ईयर ईएमआई. अब ईएमआई वाले पोर्शन में जो आपका इंटरेस्ट वाला कंपोनेंट है वो आप पर ईयर में अपने एज ए रेवेन्यू आप उसको एंट्री करोगे. बट जो प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट है वो बिगिनिंग में आप वहां पर रेवेन्यू लिख दोगे. दैट्स द, डिड यू गेट माय पॉइंट? So this is what for the installment, that is the exception for the rule for the revenue recognition. Okay, now here use of the enterprises resources. As I told you that if you are the business, then again we have to make some kind of side income as an individual or as a businesses. You all know that there are a lot of startups are invested in their other startups और कुछ न्यू बिजनेसेस में कुछ न्यू आइडियाज में इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं. व्हाई? बिकॉज दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग इन फ्यूचर दे आर गोइंग टू जनरेट द लार्जर इनकम. अल्टीमेटली दे आर इनडायरेक्टली दे आर टेकिंग द ओनरशिप ऑफ दैट बिजनेस. यस और नो? अगर वही शेयर मार्केट में कर देते हो, आपको लिस्टेड होता है, फॉर्मल होता है, सो वहां पर अब होता क्या, साइड इनकम. लाइक इफ आई से इंटरेस्ट, सपोज गवर्नमेंट है, okay, government is going to issue some kind of bond in the market. Suppose you all are running some kind of good businesses, okay, now so you are interested to invest your money in that bond. So this is what, if you are investing 5 lakh rupees in one particular bond, then at the end of the period you are expecting some kind of interest from that, and that is what your interest income, and that is the part of your revenue recognition. You can't say कि it is not related to your core income, then you will not consider it. You can't say that thing. ये आप नहीं कह सकते कि हमारी ये core business से income से related ही नहीं है, so why would I entry into my financial accounting? No, this is the other income. You can say this is your other income. Now The second thing is royalties. आप सब लोगों को पता होगा बिजनेसेस क्या करते हैं, अपनी कुछ यूज एसेट्स होती हैं वो किसी को रेंट पे देते हैं. ओके, कुछ पेटेंट सेल करते हैं. There are some kind of goodwills आप सेल करते हैं, right? They are sharing some kind of know-how, technology share करते हैं. In return, they are getting some kind of royalty. Then, in return, they are getting some kind of regular income from that another business. So that is what the royalties, or this is the part of your other income. Did you get my point? So obviously, if you are sharing your technology, if you are sharing your brand value, if you are sharing some, जैसे आप फ्रेंचाइजी मॉडल होता है मैकडी का हेड ऑफिस वहां पर है और हम यहाँ पर इंडिया में सब लोग जो लोकल बिजनेस हैं दे आर टेकिंग इट एंड देन दे आर सेलिंग इट, और जो पार्ट है वो आपका वो जो रॉयल्टी आप कह सकते हो फ्रेंचाइजी जो इनकम है देन दे आर सेंडिंग इट टू द अदर कंट्री हेड ऑफिस में. So this is what your income. McDonald's को वहाँ पर क्या हुआ जो proportionate income यहाँ से आप generate कर रहे हैं from India, that is what royalty और आप कह सकते हो franchise income whatever. So this is the other income. Or for them this is the core. Okay. Now dividend from the investment in shares. I already told you that guys कि if there are some existing businesses, they are always invest in some kind of stock market में invest करते हैं, other companies के अंदर invest करते हैं, in other shares के अंदर investment करते हैं, if they are expecting कि हाँ इसको हम capitalize कर सकते हैं for future, so we call it reserves. आपने सुना है बैलेंस शीट के अंदर there are some reserves. उस reserve को हम क्या करते हैं कि use करते हैं for some emergency, for some capital appreciation and all. So हम उस reserve को हम कहीं investment करते हैं, right? जैसे हमारी savings होती हैं. Okay, so that savings we are going to invest for somewhere else. Okay, for some generating side income. So that is what dividend from the investment in shares. Recognized, established when the dividend is declared. There is an important point है, बहुत अच्छा numerical है. Next slide please. I will tell you. एक मिनट. Okay, say this. This is the question for all of you guys. Please let me know this. If there is, suppose X Limited you are has recognized 10 lakh rupees on annual basis income from the dividend on units of mutual fund. Mutual fund अगर आप कहीं इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो देन आपका क्या होता है कि कुछ डिविडेंड आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो, दैट इज रुपीस इनकम इज 10 लाख रुपीस. नाउ म्यूचुअल फंड ऑफ द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ रुपीस 80 लाख आपने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है जिसमें से 10 लाख रुपीस आपकी डिविडेंड इनकम है फ्रॉम दिस म्यूचुअल फंड. प्लीज कंसीडर योरसेल्फ यू आर द X Limited. नाउ so by at the end of the financial year 31st March 2022, अभी जो financial year है, now the dividend on the mutual fund were declared at the rate of 20% on the 15th June 2022. Please say this. 2022 को जून में डिक्लेयर किया है, अभी भी डिक्लेयर नहीं किया. They are funds declared. The dividend was proposed on 10th April 2022 by the declaring company. Proposed कब हुआ था? 10th April. और डिक्लेयर कब कर रहे हैं? 10th June. So पता है आप अपने बुक में एंट्री कब करोगे? प्रपोज नहीं करोगे. जिस दिन डिक्लेयर्ड होती इनकम उसी दिन आप करोगे yes, this is my income. Now after few days, within 7 days or after 5 days, it will be credited in your bank account. So जिस दिन डिक्लेयर्ड होता है आपका डिविडेंड उसी दिन आप अपने रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्नाइज करते हो, अदरवाइज नॉट. देखो प्रपोज इन्होंने बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स मीटिंग में बोला हुआ कि दिस ईयर वी आर प्रपोजिंग राइट नाउ 20% डिविडेंड वी आर प्रपोजिंग टू द शेयर होल्डर्स. उनको हम दे रहे हैं यहाँ पर यूनिट होल्डर्स को, म्यूचुअल फंड्स की बात कर रहे हैं. सो यहाँ पर देखो now whether the treatment is as per the relevant accounting standard, first let me know this, or अगर you are asked to answer with reference to the provision of accounting standard, just let me know this. What is your answer? Yes please, hurry up. Just let me know. I'm giving you 10 seconds, hurry up. Yes. Please answer. बहुत सिंपल है. देखो आपका फाइनेंशियल ईयर है यहाँ पर 21 और 22. सो मुझे ये बताओ ये डिविडेंड हम कंसिडर इस कौन से ईयर में कंसिडर करेंगे और कब?
2022. Sir, can you please explain again the question?
क्वेश्चन इज कि आपको एक डिविडेंड इनकम रियलाइज हो रही है 10 लाख रुपीस की, ठीक है, और वो हुई थी 31 मार्च 2022, ये फाइनेंशियल ईयर का खत्म हो गया और डिक्लेयर कब हुआ है आपका जून में। और तो ये बताओ कि ये कब और कहाँ रिकॉर्ड करेंगे हम? Okay, first thing is when it is declared that date we are going to consider it. Okay, propose, declared. Okay, done. First thing. Now, we are not going to consider this 10th April 2022. We will not consider. We will consider here 30th June. Okay? 22-23. Yes. 22-23 financial year. Okay, so that is what the answer of this question. Now, the second question is, please answer this. Can you read this? Please consider yourself, you are the XYZ Limited. Please consider here, you are the XYZ Limited. Hurry up. Recognized 5 lakh rupees on accrual basis. Okay, and income from the dividend during the year 2021 financial year done. On the share of face value of rupees 25 lakh by share ABC Limited, you have invested in ABC Limited. Now, as 31st March 2021, now ABC Limited proposed dividend 20% on 10th April 21, and now dividend was declared on 30th June 21. Please state with the reference of the relevant accounting standard. First, वहाँ पर accrual income है, you are expecting, that is not a feasible idea. आपकी income होगी next year generate. Okay, आप इस साल ये बोलो कि 31 मार्च को मान लो आप accounts close करने जा रहे हो, ठीक है, और आप क्या करते हो वहाँ पर you are expecting कि अप्रैल में ना तो announce होने वाला है ये income, हमें dividend मिलेगी, मैं इस साल में consider कर लेता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है. That is the accrual basis concept. पता है accrual basis का एक concept है बहुत अच्छा revenue recognition के लिए. Please, accrual income basically आप जब realize होते हैं तभी आप उसको consider करते हो revenue recognition के अंदर. Accrual का ये मतलब नहीं है कि you are selling on paper 1 crore sale और आपको उसमें से मिल रहा है just 50 lakh. That is not your revenue recognition. On paper you are good, but in actual you are losing 50 lakh rupees something. So that is not the accounting concept. Accrual का भी मतलब ये होता है कि आप जब certain हो. Did you get my point? So ये accounting concept है यहाँ पर, इसका मतलब यहाँ पर है कि जो income है 5 lakh rupees की वो गलत mention है वहाँ पर. That is not according to the accounting standard, because this income will be generated in 22-23 वाले में. Sorry ये कौन सा वाला year है? हाँ 21 और 22 वाले financial year के अंदर record करेंगे हम यहाँ पर ये transaction. That's the point. Because this income will be generated in, or this income will be realized in